Hey EasyAgentProers, welcome to this episode of EAPTV. I'm Tyler, and today we're going to do a deep dive into the back to basics of real estate video. This past weekend, I bought my wife a new car, and so I just thought I would shoot the video in it today for just a change of scenery. But like Kelvin said in yesterday's video, go check that out if you haven't seen it. But we're going back to the basics at EasyAgentPro, just to the things that work in real estate marketing, lead generation, and that. And the first video we wanted to make was video. How can real estate agents use video? What is video? What can you do with it to generate more leads for your real estate business and do more marketing? And why you should be using video in 2016. So let's start with that first one. Why video, right? Because if you're thinking like everything you can do SEO, you can rank on Google, you can show up with Google ads, you can show up with Facebook ads, you can do Twitter ads. You start reading all these 200, 300 real estate blog posts on EasyAgentPro, and you find out there's a lot of stuff you can do to generate real estate leads, right? We have an old blog post, you can click here and see 200 real estate marketing ideas. They all work, they'll all get you more business, but the question is, which one should you start with? So the only reason you should consider doing video in 2016, and that I recommend that everyone does video for either marketing or lead gen, like those are the two things you can do, marketing or lead gen, and I think video works well for both those, is because everything is moving in the direction of video, right? Facebook's moving in video, Instagram's moving in video, Snapchat's video, YouTube's video. To rank on Google with blog posts, you need video on those blog posts. It's a ranking symbol. So in order to do pretty much a large part of this, Facebook ads are cheaper if you use video as the content for those ads, right? So if you're looking to brand yourself, brand your face in real estate, that's easier on video. And so it really, to me, is the summation of the easiest thing, the cheapest thing to get seen online for lead gen and marketing, right? So if we're talking about why should you use video and getting back to the basics of what video is in real estate, to me, it's the cheapest, most effective way to transmit your message in a one-to-many sort of marketing thing, right? And to me, that's why you should be doing video. You should record it, and then out of that one video, you get sort of like 4 things, right? So let's say you make one video today. What do you get? You get, number one, you get a video that you can upload to Facebook, to your page, and then you can share that from your page to your profile. You can share that from your profile to multiple groups, right? So you're going to get hundreds, maybe thousands of views on that video if you share it from your page to your profile to groups. Number 2, if you make a video, you can also upload that same video to YouTube. Number 3, you can take that YouTube link, embed it on a blog post. If you have a lead site, just copy the link, paste it in your blog post. Or if you have Instafarm, you can paste it there. And so you can start using that video to rank on Google. And this is the same video, this is the same one video. So record it, a 5-minute video, and now you're using it on Facebook, on your Facebook profile and Facebook groups. You're uploading it to YouTube, you're using it on blog posts, you're using it on Instafarm. And that's with one video. So you're getting like 7x marketing, right? And then you can email this video to people, right? You can use that Mixmac app I talked about, and you can just paste the link in there and it turns it into an email video. And you can do that with just one video. You record a 5-minute video and you have 6, 7, 8 marketing things that you can do with that one video. So that's why I think video is the most important. It's the thing to start with, because then blogs, ranking on Google, cheaper Facebook ads, all that stems back from that. So that's why you should start with video. That's why we're going back to the basics with it. But the question then becomes what, right? So I'm going to give you 4, like the title of this video says, I'm going to give you 4 concrete videos to start with. And the thing you have to understand before we talk about those video topics is the difference between lead gen and marketing. In any business, you can either generate leads or you can market. Marketing is just like farming, right? You're going to go out there, plant the seeds, fertilize it, water it, so that in 6 months you have food to eat, right? Lead generation is eating the food now, okay? So if you want to eat the food now, you've got to go to that fancy steak place, right? and you've got to pay a little bit extra to eat the food now. Now, if you want to farm, right, grow a mass amount of farm, fertilize it, and follow me with this metaphor, I know it's a bit crazy, and put in the work now, you're going to have a field that you can eat off of for the next, year or 2 years, right? If you plant a lot of wheat, you can eat a lot of food for the next couple of years, or you can feed that cattle so they can eat that steak, right? So the difference here, marketing, lead gen. Marketing is planting the field so that you have stuff to eat in the future. Lead gen is doing it now, okay? So with video is just a means of making stuff happen, right? It's not marketing, it's not lead gen. You have to make the decision yourself when you're recording the video, whether this is going to be a marketing video where there's literally no pitch, like the video I'm recording now. There's no pitch in this. This is marketing, right? This is me giving you value right now, not asking for anything, right? So that's a marketing video. We'll give you 2 ideas, maybe 3 ideas for that. And then a lead generation video is a video you throw up on Facebook saying, hey, maybe there's a property you just listed. Right now, in every single state that I know of in the United States and Canada, every listing that is worth its while is selling ridiculously quickly, right? So you can throw up a video online saying, hey, this house is just listed. The last 3 houses in this neighborhood averaged selling within a week. If you know anyone interested in living in XYZ school district, tag them below because this one's going to go fast. They might not have a chance to see it on Zillow, right? And then you can boost that on Facebook and then get leads from that, right? So that's a lead gen video. That's not much value. That's not marketing. That's not going to provide, that's eating now. That's eating out at the restaurant now. And it's going to be a little bit more expensive to generate those leads. And the other ones we'll talk about are planting the field for later. So let's get into it. So the four ideas I'm going to bring for you today. Number 1, the amazing story. There is so much real estate content out there that is like the 10 ways to do this, the 4 ways to do that. And that stuff used to work. Like you can go find an old blog post I wrote maybe 1.5 years, 2 years ago that said like go to Zillow and find, one of those 10 ways, 5 ways, and then like rewrite it and with your own tips and publish on your blog. And that used to work really well. And what happens if we got too much stuff like that online? So what is working now is the amazing story. And this is really easy to find because you've probably even experienced it in your own life. Let's say you've probably bought a house because you're a real estate agent, you like real estate. You probably did an upgrade. Maybe you upgraded the backyard, maybe you upgraded the front yard, maybe you upgraded the kitchen. And that probably increased your house by more than the expense of what that upgrade was, right? And that's an amazing story because you probably made 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 grand by doing that upgrade that cost it maybe half of what you earned, right? So what you can do is you can break that down on video and you have an amazing story of how your house purchase made you 10 grand. That's an amazing story. That's something that someone in your community wants to hear. That's someone who maybe might not be interested in buying, could see that on Facebook, be interested and reach out to you. So you've got to go for that amazing story of how I sold this house for 10 grand over asking price. How I made 10 grand last year doing this one thing in my basement. How I made 20 grand extra this year by doing this thing with Airbnb. And those are things related to real estate, related to buying and selling real estate, but they're amazing stories. And so it's a great video content for you to put out there as opposed to like the 10 ways to buy or sell for more, for less, for fast. That stuff is passe and gone. So second interesting video idea that you can do, and this one's easier for most of you because it'll actually save you time, is you can record yourself just in a car like this answering a question that you've been asked more than once. If you've been asked it more than once, maybe it's how much are closing costs in Minnesota? Like, I don't know. How much are they? You probably know that answer. Record your video answer to that and then make sure it's the most definitive 10, 15, 20-minute video, HD, good audio, and have some animations in there. And what you can do is you can make that 10 minutes answering that question every time you're asked it over the next 3 years, right? You're earning value that way, and it's not something that's just, vague, right? It's really specific. You can make that video and then email it to the last 10 people that asked you that question and say, hey, I thought you'd find this helpful. You literally emailed me this question. If you know anyone else who'd benefit from this, you should go out there and send it to them, right? So it's content that's going to get seen and consumed because you've already been asked it. So those are the first two. You have the amazing story, and then actually answering stuff that people like actually ask you, being really, really specific and nitty gritty that way. So then tip number 3 that we have for you is the local guide. So when it comes to buying real estate, everyone, you can go watch this interview Kelvin did with someone. It's all about what is there locally. So the cool thing about interviewing local businesses is that you're building in a shareable mechanism to that video. What you're doing is if you feature maybe 5 local businesses in a video saying, hey, if you live in this area, you'll be 5 minutes from Joe's Bakery, 2 minutes from Sally's Floral Shop, and there's this cool park, and then there's this also cool thing. Those businesses are liable to share your content simply because you feature them in a good light. Now, obviously, you should, know the owner of Joe's Bakery, probably know Joe, know Sally's Floral Shop owner, so that, they're liable to share it on their social media accounts. But it's a great way to, A, build relationships in the community, and B, feature those people while also helping people decide which neighborhood they want to live in. Right? So that's tip number 3. And finally, tip number 4 here in this a bit longer video is the actual one I told you about earlier, right? When it comes to making your real estate listing sell now, if it's going to sell fast, you've just got to go after that fear of missing out and highlight how they have a limited time to do that. So listen to what I said earlier about making the Facebook video that says tag people below if they're interested in living in this school district, because the last couple houses here sold in a week and they might not have a time to find it on Zillow. So those are the 4 real estate video ideas. That's back to basics on real estate video. I'm Tyler with EasyAgentPro. Thanks for checking out this video. Check out other ones in the series. I'll talk with you next time.